Hey, how's it going, folks? Welcome to Crypto Growth. This is your host, Shazib, signing in. In this video, we're going to be review on WatsPay's AMA, which commenced just a few moments ago on Africa. So make sure to watch the entire thing and stay tuned. And I'll tell you a rather funny story. I made the whole video just 5 minutes ago, only to realize I haven't put my headphones on. So this is how much I was excited for this AMA and enjoyed it. So I'm hopeful that you're going to enjoy this video as well. And for those of you who are new to the channel, we primarily discuss utility coins, the ISO20022 compliant coins, as well as the coins that have the potential to become ISO20022 compliant, and some interesting coins as well. So subscribe for regular videos if you are interested. So without further ado, let's begin. So this was the AMA New Market Series Africa. The host of this AMA was Stas Madorski. He is basically the Senior Vice President Blockchain Strategy for WatsPay, and a counterpart of this AMA was Olivier Dipenda, who is Senior Vice President Market Development Africa for WatsPay. So he has worked in a few renowned organizations in Africa as well, like FSS, where he has been the regional head business development. He has been regional director at Sub-Saharan Africa as well for FIS. So yeah, you know, guys, what I liked about this AMA was the lightheartedness of it, along with the insights that we got. And I really liked the acknowledgement of the WatsPay team. Stas acknowledged the research of our renowned community members, WatsPay Jack, as well as CT Ruler and Claire Tom. So I really like that part as well. They're appreciating the research of these guys. And they began this AMA with a light-hearted note on when Stas asked Olivier which are his favorite travel destinations. He basically said that he likes to travel in Africa a lot. He shared his favorite food. He belongs from Cameroon. And Stas said that he would like to explore Africa as well, as it is a country that has not been explored as of yet, as it should be explored. It hasn't been explored that much. Anyways, as far as the insights goes, Olivier enlightened us that basically what Africa at the moment is going through regulatory compliance. It is ongoing developments. It is in a phase where there are various entities involved, the central banks, the governments. They're trying to see where the digital currency market goes in the future. And there, aside from the uncertainties, there is a growing interest in digital assets, in cryptocurrency in general, as well as a store of currency, as well as now going forward as a means of providing innovative solutions. So what is driving this adoption or this interest is the ongoing inflation rates and the depreciation of their home currencies, basically. So they're trying to use Bitcoin and other coins as a hedge against inflation, and they're trying to use it as a store of value as of yet. And WatsPay is trying to have that first mover advantage to try and bring mass adoption in Africa towards the use cases, the utility of blockchain, of WatsPay as a whole, particularly blockchain as a whole, and WatsPay particularly. And there are certain countries that Olivier mentioned are leading the way, and he mentioned two names much more than others: South Africa and Nigeria. As you guys can see in this article, although Sub-Saharan Africa has consistently been one of the smallest cryptocurrency markets, a closer analysis reveals that crypto has penetrated key markets and become an important part of many residents' day-to-day lives. As we'll explore in more detail later. No country exemplifies this better than Nigeria, which ranks second overall on our global crypto adoption index and also leads the region in raw transaction volume. You guys can check this out. Nigeria, Olivier mentioned South Africa as well. Nigeria, he's mentioned Mauritius as well. These are the countries that are trying to drive and make crypto adoptable in the future. You guys can see governments are being involved. National blockchain policy for Nigeria, components of a blockchain architecture, background, benefits of blockchain adoption for Nigeria. So you guys can see that along with uncertainty, what's the Africa is trying to be compliant. It's trying to develop blockchain, trying to develop digital assets further. And like you can see in this article, South Africa moves to regulate crypto assets. October 19th, this basically article was published in late 2022. South Africa's financial watchdog has classified cryptocurrency assets as financial products. A notice in the government gazette said on Wednesday, enabling them to be regulated. In the brief notice, the Financial Sector Conduct Authority, the financial watchdog that Olivier mentioned as well, said a crypto asset, which it referred to as a digital representation of value, must be regulated in South Africa from the date of publication. So, what is WatsPay doing what no other company or project is doing in Africa? Is it that they are having the first mover advantage first and foremost? I'll give you my own opinion regarding this. That tapping into the African market is one of the best long-term decisions that WatsPay has taken, because if you look at North America and the countries that are much more developed, we have seen much more companies working there. WatsPay has that first mover advantage in Africa, and it is a continent which is massively developing towards developing their regulatory frameworks, as well as they are becoming much more digital asset friendly, cryptocurrency friendly, like we have seen in the cases of Nigeria as well. So WatsPay is providing them solutions much more than a store of value. And according to Olivier, what makes WatsPay better is that it is an all-in-one shop. It is not replacing old legacy systems, or it is not replacing PayPal or other legacy payment structures. It is basically providing them an alternative to basically give them innovative solutions, to provide them tokenization mechanisms, and become a CBDC framework for them, provide them fiat to crypto innovations and solutions as well. So one more thing, there are a lot of things under NDA. There were a lot of things that Olivier said are being finalized internally through internal processes, through signatures, through implementation, through discussions of with central banks regarding CBDCs. They're speaking with banks for favorable acceptance in issuing solutions and whatnot. They're working in Central Africa as well with a lot of stakeholders. These are all under NDA, and WatsPay is trying their level best to be compliant, to be regulated, regulatory friendly, as well as one thing that makes WatsPay stand out from other currencies is their pro-regulatory approach. Although other countries try and develop their projects first, and they try to basically promote them, market them, what WatsPay is trying to do is set those foundations right. Deeply, they are trying to be deeply and entrench themselves in being regulatory compliant, and after that providing solutions. So this is a gradual process, but a great strategy for the long run. They are here for the long run according to this AMA. So this is rather a great move. So they are working on CBDCs as well. They are working on tokenization as well. They're basically having talks with central banks of various states and countries in Africa. And the problem is the uncertain nature of the continent at the moment. According to Olivier, the product of WatsPay is great. It has gotten great feedbacks, but he was realistic about it. What is the problem or the blockade that is giving them a bit of a harsh time, which I basically decoded from this AMA, was the uncertainty. If, for instance, let me simplify this. For instance, a bank wants to use WatsPay solutions. They would have to first go and approach the central bank, the governments. So it is this industry is basically going through that initial phase of regulatory compliance and legal aspects of it. So this is going to take time. It's a slow and gradual process, and WatsPay is taking the right moves. And what Stas also appreciated in this AMA was the questions of the community, like Claire Thoms, like City Ruler, like WatsPay Check. They said that the community has evolved a lot from their questions on partnerships and projects. The community has evolved and they're taking the legal compliance seriously. They're taking the legal part of legal side of things and the compliance seriously, which is a good sign and a good thing due to the recent FTX crash and other issues regarding the SEC and the XRP case. And there are loads of stuff that you guys can check out yourselves. So being compliant is the primary step, the basic elementary step that WatsPay has to take in order to grow in the future. Stas further asked that the UAE in Middle East, that is the place that is leading the way for the adoption of crypto or the digital assets. Which country in Africa do you think is driving this innovation forward? He replied with South Africa and also Nigeria. So these were the two countries. Furthermore, they talked about FIGA, the mineral asset tokenization project in the Republic of Congo. Basically, WatsPay Olivier said that there are other projects like this as well. This is not the only client, but he did not disclose which other clients, but there are other clients in West Africa as well. So basically, they're talking to a lot of these projects, these clients, and they're under NDAs, so they haven't been disclosed yet. So they're providing a first of its kind mineral asset tokenization to this platform. These platforms are going to be using the technology of WatsPay, and they're going to be tokenizing parts of minerals as well as giving an access to these tokens, these token listings to the customer base as well in Africa. So this is going to be a huge market. Tokenization is going to be huge, and tokenization in Africa, which is mineral rich, which is commodity rich, is going to be extremely huge. Furthermore, guys, as far as the WatsPay chain was concerned, there was, I think, a question from Metamoeda that have you had talks regarding the WatsPay chain with the community, with the clients over there or banks or whatnot? So basically, Olivier replied that yes, there are two banks in South Africa who have been approached for CBD for using WatsPay chain and its services, and there have been other stakeholders as well who have been approached. But he was realistic about it that there are a lot that have not shown interest, not due to the fact that WatsPay doesn't have a good product, but due to the uncertainty and of the uncertain regulatory framework at the moment present in Africa. That has been an issue. So basically, they're trying to develop and they're having these talks with a lot of these partners, these stakeholders, with governments, with central banks, and many of them are under NDA and they haven't been disclosed yet. So Stas, at the end of this AMA, asked Olivier regarding the strategy going forward, what WatsPay would like to do in 5 years down the line, in the long term perspective of things. He simply replied that constant developments would take place. There would be compliance. There would be applying for licenses. They would be working with the entities that are already licensed. So these are two other separate parts, that you have to apply for license yourself and you have to work with entities that have that license for you. So, and they're going to make it easy for you. They're basically trying to integrate with those partners that are already compliant. So this is a good move as well. They would try and provide innovative solutions in terms of payments, in terms of innovative solutions, in terms of tokenization. So WatsPay is covering them all. Like Olivier said, that it's like a one-stop shop, and no other competitor is providing to Africa what Space is doing. They basically have that first mover advantage. So before I finish this video, let us check out the Twitter space, because I'm really curious that what is the community saying regarding this AMA, and what is happening in the WatsPay space in real time. Let us check out. Yeah. So yeah, here it is. Listen, WatsPay may have lost this. No, we're interested in. What we're interested in is the AMA. Let us see. Yeah, really good for WTK Mana. Mana receives $389 billion worth of crypto, with Saudi Arabia seeing biggest growth. Mana, okay, where's the AMA? Yeah, a swift and amazing summary of the WTK AMA. Great job, Jack. WTK, as always. Let us see what Jack has to say. WTK, some of my takeaways from Olivier Dipenda's AMA, Head of Market Development Africa. Olivier wants to position WatsPay as a leader in Africa, which he has a massive advantage with previous leadership experience at companies like FIS, FSS, and BankServe Africa. In Africa, WatsPay's offering is being accepted, the adoption is there, but there is a lot of uncertainty around regulations. WatsPay are getting Africa to start using digital assets as a form of payment and not just as a speculative investment. So yeah, they're trying to be innovative and use digital assets as a use case, as utility, rather than just a store of value or a speculative investment. WatsPay are talking with a client in Central Africa, and they are implementing a tokenization project for them. Majority of the projects companies are working with in Africa are under NDA. WatsPay have had many discussions with central banks for CBDCs. Their main clients are banks which are waiting for regulatory clarity from the central bank. FIGA project, WatsPay will help FIGA with the service listing of the tokenization rules. WatsPay enable their customers to the token, which is not necessarily available right now. WatsPay have been approached by many others for tokenizations projects. WatsPay have applied for a license in South Africa and have also said they will apply for another license which covers many regions. I didn't catch the name. WatsPay are working on a new deal in Cameroon. WatsPay have spoken to two banks in South Africa about WatsPay chain, which they are very interested in. I would say this AMA was similar to the Mana AMA with Khalid, as many projects are under NDA and we are awaiting regulations. We are working in the payment sector and this is normal and it is how it should be done. Following the regulatory path is the correct way, absolutely. Please forgive me if there are any mistakes. My phone is cooking right now and I can barely read my screen. Or please appreciate the view I had while listening to the EMA and typing this out. Man, you're awesome. You're doing a lot for this community, and as always, you're doing a lot. You're going through the trouble to provide information and research to the community. This is awesome. We appreciate you, man. Yes, we appreciate you. Please appreciate. We do that. So yeah, this was a rather great AMA, and in the upcoming times, Stas also said that you guys are going to be extremely excited for the WatsPay chain AMA in November, as well as another AMA coming on the market series as well. So we're going to cover them both as well, and any other WTK news in between. We're going to be having regular videos as well. So make sure to stay tuned. I really enjoyed it. If you guys did it as well, make sure to subscribe the channel, like and share. And if you're interested in any of these coins as well and their regular videos and updates, then make sure to subscribe. Like I always say, Until next time, stay tuned and stay blessed.